exciting, pulsating, interactive, fun field, and sporty packed. Without wasting much time, guys, feel free to follow us on our social media handles. Yes, Voice of the People, 96.1 from Abuja on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Okay. Also, feel free as well to listen to us anywhere in the world. Download the Radio Garden app, have it in your phone, your apps, your gadget, so that anytime, anywhere in the world, you can listen to us. Voice of the People, 96.1 from Abuja. Just download the app and look for us there. And of course, you can watch us live, just like as I am doing right now. Go to our Voice of the People, 96.1 from Abuja. Voila, I'll be in your faces. Okay, very simple. Okay, without wasting much time, guys, let's head out, of course, to the local scene. And of course, the good news we hear, I don't know whether it's good news, but I think it's at least a good step in the right direction as we hear that the Executive Committee of the Nigerian Football Federation on Thursday approved the recommendation of its Technical and Development Subcommittee for the Federation Technical Director, Coach Oseni Eguavoen, to continue in his role as head coach of the Super Eagles and lead the team to the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying matches against Libya next month. The 58-year-old, in temporary charge of the squad, has led three times, previously steering the three-time African champion to a 3-0 defeat of Benin Republic and a scoreless draw with Rwanda in match day 1 and match day 2 earlier this month. Eguavoen and the current technical crew also include Fidelis Ilechukwu, Daniel Ogumodede, Olatunji Burua, Thomas Zurek will take charge of the Super Eagles B team for the qualifying campaign for next year's African Nations Championship, otherwise known as CHAN. With the departure of Mr. Randy Waldrop, the Executive Committee also approved the recommendation of the Technical and Development Subcommittee for Coach Justin Madugu to lead the remaining technical crew and take charge of the senior women's national team Super Falcons, pending the appointment of a substantive head coach. The Super Falcons' next big engagement is the Women's African Cup of Nations final that will take place in Morocco in the summer of next year. So big ups to Eguavoen remains, and of course Madugu takes charge at least for the interim basis. And now reacting to that, Coach Adeyemi Anthony, who is currently based in Switzerland, where he's practicing his coaching job, has advised Oseni Eguavoen to resign as the NFF technical director before taking the Super Eagles job as head coach. The former Stationary Touch FC players praised NFF for appointing Oseni Eguavoen as the coach. He added that the NFF took the right step by wasting no time by taking the decision. In his word, I'll quote him, the Nigerian Football Federation has taken the right step, by giving Oseni Eguavoen the opportunity to lead the Super Eagles once again. However, for him to concentrate, he should resign from the technical director of the NFF. He went on to say, that's according to Adeyemi, he said the appointment is the right step in the right direction, particularly at the time the team is having the African Cup of Nations qualifying games. Eguavoen knew the players so well that alone is an advantage rather than looking for a coach who will start from scratch. And we hear that the Libya Football Federation has reviewed the roster of 28 Mediterranean Knights who will face three-time champion Super Eagles in the AFCON 2025 qualifier scheduled for October. The Mediterranean Knights are scheduled to play two very important matches against the Super Eagles on match day 3 and 4 of the qualifiers for the African Cup of Nations, which will be held next year in Morocco. The Libyan national team will be hosted by its Nigerian counterpart on Friday, October 11, and then the competition between them will be renewed in October in 15 in Libya. Mediterranean Knights occupied the 4th place in the Group D of the AFCON qualifier with 1 point, which it ended from a draw at home with the Rwanda national team in the first round, and in the second round it lost the result of the match against the host Benin Republic. Now Nigeria top Group D with 4 points, followed by Benin with 3 points, while Rwanda has 2 points. The leads are out. The players, some of them playing Al Nasri in the Saudi Pro League, Al Hilal as well, Al Ali Tripoli. The squad is out for the team that will face Nigeria. And to the Commission of African Football, CAF and Puma, they have conveyed the official match ball Ola for the highly anticipated CAF Super Cup 2024 finals. Champions League champions Al Ali will face rivals and Confederations Cup champions Zamalek, both of Egypt, in a one-leg final in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on Friday. The special edition of that is today. The special edition of the Ola, originally launched during the last Interclub final, is a mix of gold and black. Representing power and sophistication, the ball will be the centerpiece of the eagerly awaited match between two giants of African football. The Ola ball stands out with its vibrant design and cultural significance. Ola means wealth, honor, and respect in Yoruba, and rise and success in Arabic. And we hear the Ghana Football Federation Association (GFA) is back searching for a venue for their home games for the Black Stars. The football body in Ghana approached Togo Football Federation last week after the approval of the Baba Yara Stadium in Kumasi was withdrawn by CAF. The communication broke down between TFF and GFA on Thursday morning, and the request was turned down. According to the latest from Accra, the GFA is now searching for a suitable and substantive venue for the crucial game against Sudan, slated for October. Don't forget, they were supposed to use the Gosla Babi Stadium, but they opted for Lome. And out to the under 20, we hear ahead of the under 20 Waffle B competition. The organizers have released the draws. The draws was conducted on Thursday afternoon with the Nigerian Flying Eagles was handed a tricky tricky tie in Group B. The 2011 champion would contend with Burkina Faso and Cote d'Ivoire in a three-team group, while host Togo, Ghana, Niger, and Benin were placed in a Group A of the competition. The tournament, which will serve as a qualifier for the under 20 African Cup of Nations, will take place in Togo in October. And now to women football, where we hear Bayelsa United have acquired 3 players to beef up their team ahead of the forthcoming Nigerian Women Football League Premiership. The players are Oscar Precious from Imo Strikers, Confidence Onen from Kwara Ladies, and attacking midfielder Eunice Zainab from Dream Star Ladies in Lagos. The 3 players were from the just concluded NWFL Championship that was held in Calabar, the Cross River State capital. Technical advisor of the Prosperity Girls, White Obonda, said that they secured the service of Oscar, Eunice, and Onen to boost the team, most especially the attack, so as to have a complete team for next season. In his words, with the 3 new players, we are well prepared for the commencement of the league. We have difficulty in scoring goals the outgone season, but with the coming of the 2 strikers and adding to the attacking force and 1 attacking midfielder, the Prosperity Girls are good to go. The word of Obonda White. And of course, you women football, we hear that the highly anticipated final of the Northern Conference in the girls' play sport football tournament will see Plateau United Queens and Moje Queens feeder team go head-to-head for the regional title on Thursday, September the 27th. In the semi-final on Wednesday, which took place at the Old Parade Ground in Area 10, Plateau United Queens secured their spot with a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Nazareth Queens of Abuja in the early kick-off match. Moje Queens feeder team followed with an impressive 3-1 triumph over Adonai Taraba Queens to claim the place in the final. Thursday's event will begin 2 p.m. with the third place match between Adonai Taraba Queens and Nazareth Queens, also set to take place at the Old Parade Ground. The final will follow at 4 p.m. at Plateau United Queens and Moje Queens feeder team compete for the Northern Crown and chance to represent the region in the national final. The winner of the Northern Conference final will go on to face Cat Ladies, the Southern Conference champion, in the North National Showdown, which comes up on September the 29th, 2024. And now let's go to our scores. The Nigerian Premier Football League will continue this weekend. Match day 4 across match venues, and these are the games to look out for. Ikorodu City will take on Nasarawa United. That game is for 3 p.m. tomorrow. El Kanemi Warriors will take on Plateau United. That game is as well for 3 p.m. tomorrow. Aqua United vs Sunshine Stars at the Gosla Babi Stadium, 5:30 p.m. tomorrow. And on Sunday, United Tornadoes will take on Bendel Insurance for 3 p.m. Rivers United will welcome Eyimba Chaladosi Amasiamaka Stadium in Port Harcourt, 3 p.m. Bayelsa United vs Kwara United. That game is for 4 p.m. tomorrow. Sunday, I beg your pardon. Abia Warriors vs Kano Pillars, Sunday, 4 p.m. Katsina United vs Lobby Stars is on Sunday, 4 p.m. Remo Stars at the Kenneth Stadium in Remo. That game against Enugu Rangers, the defending champions. That game is for 5:30 p.m. And of course, Shooting Stars vs Heartland on Sunday, 5:30 p.m. Both games will be played under floodlights. And without wasting much time, guys, let's head out to the foreign scene. Okay, let's begin the foreign scene, and let's start off, of course, from where else? First, UFC, where we hear that UFC parent company TKO Group has agreed a $375 million, that is £281 million settlement in relation to one of 2 legal cases affecting about 1,200 former UFC athletes. The group of former athletes claimed that the UFC contract suppressed athletes' ability to negotiate other promotion options. TKO Group initial settlement in March of £263 million was rejected by the judge Richard Bowe, who said the figure was too low. In a statement, TKO Group said he believes the new agreement addresses Judge Bulue's stated concern regarding the Kong Lee case. The new court date of 3rd February 2025 was set, and the settlement will now have to be signed off by the judge. And to athletics, where American Olympic 200-meter champion Gabby Thomas was edged by Brittany Brown, as many as world top women's track athletes competed for record prizes at the inaugural Antlers NYC. Thomas, winner of the 3 gold at Paris 2024, clocked 22.21 seconds, but was beaten by Olympic bronze medal Brown, who crossed 22.18 seconds. Kenya 1,500 meters record holder Faith Kipyegon and Olympic 400-meter champion Madly Polino were among the winners to receive $60,000, that is £44,900 at the women's only track invitational. Alex Ohanian, Radic co-founder and husband of tennis 23-time Grand Slam singles champion Serena Williams, launched the event which boasts a record of $500,000, that is £304,000 prize pool for women track meet. To Formula 1, where Daniel Ricciardo has been replaced by Red Bull by Liam Lawson for the remainder of the 2024 season. The 5-year-old Austrian has been dropped with 6 races to go before Red Bull management have been unconvinced by his performances. Giving Lawson the seat allows him to be assessed over the remaining races before Red Bull finalize their plan for 2025. Red Bull team principal Laurent Marquis said Daniel has brought a lot of experience and talent to the team with a fantastic attitude which has helped everyone to develop and foster a tight spirit. He has been a true gentleman both on and off the track and never without the smile. He will be missed but will always hold a special place within the Red Bull family. Lawson, 22, came in for 5 races last season after Australian Ricciardo broke his wrist in a crash at the Dutch Grand Prix. And now to tennis, where British #1 Jack Draper progressed to the Japan Open quarterfinals with straight set victory over number 2 seed Herbert Hukes. The Australian 22-year-old who reached the US Open semi-final earlier this month took 84 minutes to beat the Poles 6-2, 6-4 in Tokyo. Draper won 2 of the 7 breakpoint opportunities and saved 3 of his own. The victory was the world number 20th third against a top 10 opponent in 2024, his most in a single season. He will play the winner of the match between Francis Ugo Humbert and American Brandon Nagashima. Hackers' exit means 5 of the 8 seeded players have been knocked out, with Taylor Fritz, Casper Ruud, Stefanos Tsitsipas, Francis Tiafoe in the first round. Elsewhere, American Ben Shelton beat Argentine Mariano Navon 6-4, 6-3 also to book a quarterfinal spot. And now to football, we hear that a Real Mallorca fan who recently abused Real Madrid forward Vinicius Jr. and former Villarreal winger Samuel Chukwueze has been given a 12-month suspension prison sentence by his Spanish club. Scott, in a statement, Real Madrid confirmed that the supporter, who was also banned from stadium for 3 years, had his sentence suspended after apologizing by letter to the Brazilian international and doing an anti-discrimination training. Real Madrid will keep working to protect the club's values and eradicate any racist behavior in the world of football and sport, said the La Liga giant. Madrid also said another supporter of Mallorca, a minor, who recently abused midfielder Aurelien Tchouameni, has also been banned from stadium for a year. The abuse of Vinicius Jr. occurred during Madrid's 1-0 defeat by Real Mallorca at the San Moisés Stadium in February 2022. The man who directed Richard Slaughter's Nigerian international Chukwueze, now at AC Milan, a fortnight later. It is the 3rd criminal conviction in recent months for racist insult towards Real Madrid player, particularly Vinicius, who was a victim of abuse in stadium across the country since arriving in Spain in 2018. And of course, now to the Europa League, where Tottenham Hotspur began their Europa League campaign with an impressive victory over Karabakh, going down to 10 men from the 7th minute. After a 35-minute delay to kick off at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium because of travel disruption, the home side were dealt an early blow when defender Dragozin was shown a straight red card for bringing down Juninho in a 1-on-1 as the Brazilian raced through on goal. Despite that, Brennan Johnson had the ball in the back of the net 5 minutes later when Karabakh were caught playing out from the back, and Dominic Solanke placed it in the path of the 23-year-old who slotted into the bottom corner. It was Johnson's 3rd goal in as many games. Papa Betancur doubled Spurs lead in the 52nd minute, controlling the loose ball at the far post for smashing home. Karabakh were awarded the penalty 3 minutes later when Yusuf Bissouma brought Elvin Calaviu down, but Toral spot kick was poor and tinked off the crossbar. Azerbaijan Premier League champion created an abundance of chances, with Velkario making some fine saves, but ultimately Karabakh lacked the cutting edge that Ank Postecoglou side showed at the other side. Solanke wrapped up the victory in the 68 minutes after goalkeeper Mateusz Kucharski pushed Son Heung-min's strike from distance into the striker's path, and it produced a confident finish. Also, there was also a win for Rangers as they secured an inevitable victory at Europa League opener in Malmo. They earned a first ever win in Swedish soil. It was a dream and decisive start. Inside 60 seconds, Cyril Diziers, our own Nigerian international, broke in behind and rounded John Darlin in goal and struck the base of the post from an angle. Nadim Barama was alert, and at the ball rolled perfectly into his path, he gleefully slotted home his first Rangers goal. Malmo looked rattled through Isaac Casey, though he had leveled when he volleyed an angled free kick back across Jad Buckland. Celebration was short as the offside flag was raised. Marcus Lano also made it 2-0 in the 76 minutes to ensure that Rangers beat Malmo by 2-0. In the Women's Champions League, Paris Saint-Germain were beaten by Juventus 2-1. Bonessia and Katore both scoring in that game. And as PSG lost 5-9 in the Women's Champions League, PSG are surprisingly dumped out, yes, of the qualifying stage of the Women's Champions League. This is the first time in over 10 years they have failed to reach the finals, the group stages of the Champions League. Also for Celtic, they decided to qualify for the Champions League group stage since it was introduced for the first time since it was introduced in 2020-2021 season. A goal from Lawton, and of course, McGregor was enough to ensure they got a 2-0 victory and a 3-0 victory over Voskla Postava. So let's give you the full result of gameplay. We started from the Europa League yesterday. Fenerbahce beat Union St. Gilles by 2-1. Malmo lost to Rangers by 2-0. Ajax defeated Besiktas by 4-0. Eintracht Frankfurt played 3-3 draw with Victoria Pilsen. FCSB and beat RSF by 4-1. Lyon, Olympic Lyonnais beat Olympiacos by 2-0. Roma had to share with a 1-1 draw against Athletic Club. FC Braga defeated Maccabi Tel Aviv by 2-1. And Tottenham Hotspur 3. Karabakh FK now. In the Spanish La Liga, Espanyol 1, Villarreal 2, Las Palmas played a 1-0 draw with Real Betis, and Celta Vigo were beaten by Atletico Madrid by a 2-0. Goal scored by that man, former master striker Alvarez. In the Coppa Italia, Monza defeated Brescia by 3-1, and Napoli beat Palermo by 5-0. I beg your pardon. While in the Women's Champions League, you have Paris Saint-Germain 1, Juventus 2, Serviette Women 2, Roma 7, Mura Women 0, St. Pölten 5, FC 24, VfL Osek 0, Manchester City Women 3, Paris FC 0, no Champions League football for Nadozi, the goalkeeper of the Super Falcons, Real Madrid 3, Sporting 1, Celtic 2, Voska Pastava 0, and Arsenal were 4-0 better than BK Hacken in the Women's Champions League. We get games to continue this weekend. I tell you across different match venues. Let's give you the fixtures to look out for in the top 5 leagues in Europe. Quickly, we start off from the English Premier League, where Newcastle will take on Manchester City tomorrow. Early kickoff 12:30 p.m. Chelsea will take on Brighton. Brentford vs West Ham. Everton vs Crystal Palace. And Arsenal will host Leicester City at the Emirates Stadium. All of those games at 3 p.m. Nottingham Forest as well against Newcastle, Fulham, also 3 p.m. 5:30 p.m. it will be Wolverhampton Wanderers vs Liverpool. That game will be played at the Molineux. On Sunday, Ipswich Town will take on Aston Villa. That game for 2 p.m. Of course, Manchester United vs Tottenham Hotspur, the big game of the weekend. That game is for 4:30 p.m. Monday Night Football, we see Bournemouth welcome Southampton. In the Spanish La Liga, games continue today. Valladolid will take on Mallorca. That game is for 8 p.m. On tomorrow, you see Getafe will take on Alaves. Rayo Vallecano will take on Leganés. Real Sociedad will take on Valencia. Osasuna will play Barcelona. Games for 8 p.m. And on Sunday, Celta Vigo will take on Girona. Athletic Club will take on Sevilla. Real Betis vs Espanyol. And of course, Atletico Madrid at the Civitas Metropolitano would welcome the Real Madrid in that Madrid derby. That game is for 8 p.m. On the Monday Night Football, we see Villarreal welcome Las Palmas to the Estadio de Cerámica. In the Bundesliga, it continues today at the Signal Iduna Park, where Dortmund will welcome VfL Bochum. Tomorrow, we'll see Mainz take on Hoffenheim. That game's for 2:30 p.m. Wolfsburg will take on VfB Stuttgart. That game's for 2:30 p.m. Freiburg will take on St. Pauli tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. RB Leipzig will Augsburg, 2:30 p.m. Borussia Mönchengladbach will take on Union Berlin, 2:30 p.m. as well. And of course, the biggest game tomorrow will be 5:30 p.m. It's the Battle of the Bayerns. Bayern Munich will take on Bayer Leverkusen at the Allianz Arena, beautiful stadium that is in Germany. Holstein Kiel will take on Eintracht Frankfurt tomorrow. On Sunday, I beg your pardon, that game for 2:30 p.m. And Hoffenheim will battle Werder Bremen for 4:30 p.m. on Sunday. In the Italian Serie A games continue today. AC Milan at the San Siro, or you can call it the Giuseppe Meazza Stadium. We welcome Lecce. 7:45. That game is tonight. Tomorrow we'll see Udinese, one of the top teams so far this season. Welcome Inter Milan, who are struggling, recovering from that Milan derby loss. Genoa will welcome Juventus. 5 p.m. is the time. Bologna vs Atalanta. That game is for 7:45. And on Sunday, Torino will take on Lazio. Como, coming from their big win against Atalanta, will welcome Verona. 2 p.m. is that time. Roma vs Venezia, 2 p.m. as well. Empoli will take on Fiorentina, 5 p.m. Napoli vs Monza, 7:45. And of course, on Monday Night Football, it'll be Parma vs Cagliari. That game is for 7:45. And of course, match this season, the French League will be this way. It starts today, where Brest will continue their fantastic run coming from the Champions League and winning their game last time out. They will travel to Auxerre. That game is for 6 p.m. today. And of course, tonight as well, another big game. We see Paris Saint-Germain welcome Rennes to the Parc des Princes. That game is for 8 p.m. Lens will take on Nice tomorrow, 4 p.m. Le Havre will take on Lille. That game is for 6 p.m. Monaco vs Montpellier, 8 p.m. And then on Sunday, you have Toulouse take on Lyon. That game is for 2 p.m. Angers vs Reims. That game is for 4 p.m. on Sunday. 4 p.m. Sundays, Nons. That's our own Simon Moses, who's on fire. Hopefully make his 151st appearance against Saint-Etienne, 4 p.m. And of course, Strasbourg will take on Marseille. That game is for 7:45. And quickly before we go, some transfer news to whet your appetite. We start off from Crystal Palace. We had a Crystal Palace and England midfielder McGahey would jump at the chance to sign for Liverpool and not the long-term admirers Newcastle. So we'll wait and see where he pitches his stand. For Liverpool, they are not interested in making £100 million move for Bayer Leverkusen and German midfielder Florian Wirtz. The guy is 21 years of age. Now to Newcastle, we hear they are struggling to progress contract talks with their 23-year-old England winger Anthony Gordon, who is a target for Liverpool last summer. Liverpool, we hear, would have helped finance the Gordon deal by selling England defender Joe Gomez to Newcastle in a separate £45 million transaction. Still staying with Newcastle, Newcastle are keen to tie Gordon to a long-term deal with Arsenal, also keen on the former Everton player. For Trent Alexander-Arnold, we hear his first choice to sign a new deal with Liverpool when the 25-year-old fullback is out of contract next summer. He said his first choice is to sign with Liverpool. Wait and see if Liverpool can get him to sign a long-term contract. Chelsea have made several approaches to sign AC Milan in the summer about France goalkeeper Mike Magnan, but was pulled off by the Serie A side valuation of €80 million, that is £66.8 million. We heard that Real Madrid are keeping an eye on progress of Nico Paz of Como and may activate a buyback clause for the 20-year-old Argentine youth international if he continues to impress for the Serie A side. Manager Erik ten Hag is on a borrowed time at Man United, who are actively looking at candidates to replace him. We have former Man United boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer says yes, every day of the week if he asks to return to Old Trafford, could he be the man to replace Erik ten Hag, who is on a borrowed time we hear. And then finally, Sean Dykes has made it clear that he wants to remain as Everton manager after the club takeover and lead them to that new stadium. Okay, guys, they say everything that has a beginning doesn't definitely have an end. Whatever has a beginning doesn't have an end. And they say all is well that ends well. Okay, this is where we call it a wrap on today's edition of Sport Beats. But don't forget, 5 p.m. today, it'll be Sport Loud. We'll be previewing all the juicy games to look out for in the top 5 league and the MPFL this weekend. Big games to come this weekend. We're looking at those games in-depthly. The analysis, the in-depth, the stats, I tell you, we're bringing them to you 5 p.m. 1 hour of sport extravaganza. Keep talking sport, keep living sport. Sport is life. Life will be meaningless without sport, okay? Okay, Adam anyone only your sport bishop, your magistrate, your pilot, your prophet, the professor, none so arrange it. Up next is Ogendibo. I am, for me,